What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys for checking it out. Please hit that like and subscribe button because I would appreciate that. So why do you think the Xbox One has struggled this generation? I mean, people can look to probably a handful of different reasons. Price being one point, was $100 more expensive than the PS4. It was a little bit weaker than the PS4, yet it was $100 more. Kinect was bundled with it, and they forced that on you. You had some people just pissed off gamers due to the fact that they thought that you couldn't play used games or that you constantly had to be connected to an internet connection. Both those things, by the way, weren't true. But I digress. You know, they had a little bit of a rough start, and we don't really know where they're at right now, where they sit. They could be, there's no doubt that they're over 30 million sold, but I mean, beyond that, we don't really know anything. I mean, they were at over 21 million over 2.5 years ago, so you can easily assume that even by the holidays numbers in America alone over the past two holidays that they're well over 30 million. That's not counting like what they probably have done over the rest of the world and things like that. But anyway, so what's the deal? Like, why have they not sold as well as the 360? Or I mean, if they are selling as good as the 360, I don't know. Again, we don't have any numbers. But there is this guy, and he did an interview, and he's a developer, and I will link this article in the description so you guys can check it out. Why is the brand struggling, apparently? Well, Powell Leckie, Chief Operating Officer of Xor Studios, believes that Microsoft underestimated the impact of games on the console, how they would affect the console sales, third-party support, and first-party support. And he talks about the indie development scene, which was really lacking on the Xbox One when it launched. But here's the thing. It's hard to say that they didn't have first and third-party support when the thing launched, because right away it launched with a significant amount of games. I mean, look at the launch lineup of the Xbox One compared to the PS4 or even the Switch, and it's clearly much better on the Xbox One. And you had third-party support because you had third-party exclusives even. You had Dead Rising 3, which was a Capcom-made game, third-party exclusive on the Xbox One. You had Rise, Son of Rome, exclusive on the Xbox One. You had some of that, and you had good first-party support too, and second-party, because you had games like Killer Instinct and Forza Motorsport 5. You had Max, The Curse of Brotherhood a little bit later, Power Star Golf, Crimson Dragon. You know, they had Loco Cycle. And then Titanfall was another third-party exclusive that came out a few months after launch. And then they had Sunset Overdrive months later in 2014. Again, another like second third-party exclusive. So I don't know if I really agree to that. I would say that what's hurt them right now currently is the third-party stuff that Sony's getting. You know, like the Japanese exclusives and things like that, because everybody seems to be real high on those right now, and Microsoft obviously doesn't have those, and reason being is that the Xbox brand is non-existent in Japan, and I think that so those Japanese developers aren't really hard-pressed to work for to port their games to a console that isn't going to sell well in their country, which I guess in a way you can understand. But on the other hand, like, there's quite an install base here in America, and even if you know, a percentage of those in America want to play those, then I think that's still more money that you're leaving on the table, and the mistake not to port those games over to Xbox One. Hopefully Scorpio changes that, being that it's so easy to develop for and just like port your games over in less than a day and all that nonsense. So I think that we will see increased support at that particular point in time. But just look at the you know, when we've all seen these articles this year. Sony's really doing a great job with exclusives this year. Here's what they have. Yakuza 0, Nioh, Nier Automata, you know what I mean? These games that are not Sony-owned games, not Sony IP, but rather third-party IP that Sony just gets because the PS4 has a strong presence in Japan. Now, imagine if they didn't have that. Imagine if those were all multiplats. Would people be saying the same things? I suspect not. So going back to this story, I think that Microsoft is getting too much blame right now for not having games, and they're getting not enough credit for having the games that they've had the first few years of the generation. I mean, obviously, they're doing something right. I mean, to have sold as well as they are, it's obviously not going to be, you know, like a Wii U situation. I just think that people dramatize the brand doing bad simply because they're not announcing numbers every month, which I can understand why they're not announcing numbers every month. They have a new kind of outlook, a new CEO, a new Xbox head. They've got everybody, this new kind of like gamer first initiative. So I definitely see it and understand why, but I'm just kind of curious why it's not gonna you know, why it's not happening. Why is the brand not as popular as it once was? This is an interesting take from this guy. Let me know what you guys think. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.